All right, guys, we're going to talk about game day recovery and what to do the day after the game for recovery. So, first things first is after a game, you're going to want to focus on your psychological recovery. That means processing the game, trying to return yourself to baseline, whether that's through some breathing exercises or just simply going through the game. What did I do good? What did I do bad? How can I improve? And those things. Most likely, what happens, or usually what happens, is after a good game, you feel good and the team has a better recovery, or you individually. After a bad game, your recovery is longer because it's more of a stressor to process a bad game. Next thing is going into your nutrition. So right after the game, we want to get 1.8 grams of 1.8 grams of protein per kilo of body weight and 8 to 10 grams of carbohydrates per kilo of body weight. Now, the easiest way to do that is to just consume chocolate milk, in my opinion. So unless you're lactose intolerant, then you might want to get the lactose-free milk. But get chocolate milk. It's easy. You can find it anywhere. Usually it's got pretty high protein, or you can get the ones with extra high protein, and it's got a good amount of carbs. You can also top that off with getting some berries, some juices. They'll add in some more carbs, easy to consume right after a game. If you are eating, try and pick lean foods. So chicken breast, rice, pasta, those type of things. They will add in the carbs and the proteins the best way possible because high fat foods tend to slow down your digestion. So it's slower to absorb into your system, while leaner foods get picked up quicker. So that's your nutrition aspect. Now, the next thing is your active or passive recovery, which will come in usually the day after. Active recovery means that you are actually doing something. You are doing yoga, you are going for a walk, you're swimming, you're biking, doing something to promote blood flow. Passive recovery is things like compression garments, contrast hydrotherapy, a fancy way of saying hot or cold water therapy. These things are passive in nature. So whatever you choose is really up to you, is whatever makes you feel good and kind of depending on your stressors. But here's the big thing. If you still feel like shit the day after and you don't feel like doing these things, then don't. Go hang out with your family, take care of them or your friends, because the psychological recovery is always going to trump anything that you add. So remember, when it comes to our bodies, anything that you do is adding to the total stress of it yourself. So whenever you feel like shit, adding active and passive recovery, despite the word recovery, you're adding something. So don't be afraid to skip this stuff to prioritize your own psychological recovery with your family and friends. And that's the best type of recovery that you can do. Enjoy.